Hello and welcome to the first tutorial video for the Inter-University Cash Algo Trading Contest 2016. So without further ado, let's start. When you go to the website URL algocompetition.cashalgo.com, do not forget the port 8000. You will land on this welcome page, which also serves as the disclaimer page. So let's agree with the disclaimer, which simply states that we will not redistribute the market data that is provided by the exchange, one of our sponsors. We have two ways to log in. Log in as a registered user or as a guest. So let's go ahead and log in as a registered user. For that purpose, you need to be a member of GitHub, and so sign up with GitHub first. And we also need to authorize you on the platform. So you need to give us your GitHub user name, and we will input it in our system. So assuming that this has been done, we can go ahead with GitHub sign in. The first time you log in, you will be requested to authorize the algo competition with your GitHub account. This is just for the purpose of authentication, and does not give our application any particular right to your GitHub account. So it's not like you give us privileged access to your repository or anything like that. So don't be afraid of anything special. So let me go and use my normal GitHub account, hhan00, and then I sign in. This will authenticate me with GitHub, and then we go back. We are automatically redirected back to the algo competition website, and then we land on the server management page. So you will have 2 or 3 buttons. You will probably not have the admin button, because you are not administrator of the website. You can have either the stop my server or my server. If your server is running, you will have stop my server. So you can use this button to abort any run that could be doing an infinite loop or taking too much time. This will essentially stop the process that is running in the backend. So if I go ahead and stop my current server, this button disappears, and I have only the green button that connects me to my server. So now if I press this button, this will start a new server, and we'll go to the server web page. So the server main page shows a browser. So this is a browser on my home account, and these 3 files, 3 directories are samples and documentation folders that are copied to every user and serves as introduction documents for every user. So the first one, documentation. The first document is a cookbook. So the cookbook shows some short samples, short commands, and basically recipes about how to use the platform to do very simple atomic tasks. Like, for example, if you want to work with the product catalog and create a dictionary of product ID to product description, you could use this command. If you want to find the HSI, the code for the HSI January 2014, you can use this one. So this doesn't make maybe not too much sense right now, but it would be useful as a reference later, in case you want to quickly look for a particular way to do things. You could find it in the recipes, and if you ask us for some help, and we come up with some good examples, we will probably also add it here later on for everyone to use. So I'll open this document. So this open another tab here, but I can go back to the previous tab. And now you see that the icon is green because this cookbook is open and has an interpreter, Python interpreter associated with it. So you can go and open several documents, and each document will have its own interpreter. So for example, if I go here now and I change the formula and evaluate, this will update appropriately. If I close the document tab and then refresh here, you see that the document is still green because it's actually still running in the background. Having a browser window on it doesn't change the fact that it is running or not. So if I want to go and stop it, I actually should select it. Sorry, I should either reopen it and then choose close and hard. Now it's gone, or I select it and let's see, and then choose shut down. Shut down this particular notebook. So let's go back up one folder and go to the other directories. Here we have some helper classes. Also, we may add additional sample classes. So these are Python sample code, but it's not. It's a bit more than sample code. It's a bit of code that serves a particular purpose. So these folders contains helpful classes and libraries, and they are mentioned in the other documents. So combine latest, moving average, and plot data are helpers classes that are referred to in the samples and in the other documentation. The last one is samples, and it's simply a sample of the moving average charts. Actually, I can delete this one. So to delete something, you select it and then you press on the trash can. Let's finish by a quick tour of the UI. You have a file browser, so this little home button moves you back to the home directory. You can click on any of these directory. They have a little folder icon to go down to that particular folder. You can go up pressing on dot. You select the folder by ticking on it, and then you have some operations here. This is a filter that selects running notebooks, or all notebooks, all folders, all files. Right? If I select file, I have some commands here. Duplicate, paste a copy of this notebook, rename, and trash can. Once I'm running something, I can go back to the main, to the home, either by going to the tab, or if I press on the CashAlgo icon, I also will go back to the home directory. Running shows everything that is running right now, so I can shut down by clicking here. Cluster and Conda is not useful for now. Cluster is definitely not useful because we're not running IPython in parallel, and Conda lists the packages that are installed. Just for your reference, this is Jupyter. So you can go and Google Jupyter. This is Jupyter Notebook. Right. So we can go here and see a bit more about how this works. So at this moment, we haven't seen anything specific to the competition. So this will go in a different video. For this one, I just want to show you quickly how to navigate the UI. Conda, so Conda is the name of the Python distribution, and it has a lot of packages for scientific analysis. In particular, you will have NumPy, SciPy, SciPy somewhere in there, SciPy, Matplot, stat models, yeah, and so on and so forth. Right, so all the packages are listed here, and if you need something else, we can also install it. So we plan to do some maintenance downtime occasionally. It should not take long, maybe a couple of hours once a week. It will be announced beforehand because shutting down the platform requires obviously everybody to be locked out. We don't want to interrupt your work when we do that. So this is pretty much it. Let's start now with a new notebook. Notebooks, they are Python types. So what you have is essentially a free-form document. It's made of cells. Each cell has a type. They are by default code, so that means that they contain Python code. And so you can go ahead and type any Python. You can then evaluate the cell by doing run cell. There's obviously a shortcut for that because you're going to use this command very often. Shift enter evaluates the cell. You see that a little number here. Every time you evaluate the cell will get a number, the next number in sequence, and the output will have the matching number. So if I evaluate the same cell again, I will see it's 3 now, right? So if I evaluate this one, it becomes 4. If I go back here, this one would be 5. Right? So this shows you the order evaluation, just in case it matters. And sometimes it matters because if you do a equal 1, and then you do a plus 1, and then if I do equal 4, suddenly without knowing the order evaluation, this becomes very confusing. Why is it well, actually the other way around. If I do this and then evaluate that, this becomes confusing because why is it 5 and then here and then 4, right? So you need to know that actually this cell was evaluated before that one. At the end of the day, though, we do ask you to write a notebook that can be evaluated from top to bottom. So it doesn't matter for us how you work, and we actually encourage you to do your own workflow to be very interactive. And this is one of the power of main functionality and main feature of the Jupyter platform, and also by consequence our platform. You can work in any order you want, but at the end we should be running from top to bottom, and there's a shortcut to do that. We do run all, and it evaluates from top to bottom. Actually, we would even go further and ask you to do evaluation from scratch. So we want you to restart the kernel, so it wipes out every variable, everything that has been run before, and it starts everything from the top. So if I do that, there's a warning saying that everything will be lost. Every evaluation will be lost. Of course, the content of the notebook itself will be not lost. And I can go and do this. You can see that because this one was evaluated before this one now, I have an error. Right. So this is very quickly an introduction on the principle of Jupyter. In other videos, we will go further in more details into Python, and also give you a tutorial on how to use Python. But for now, just let's say talk about go back to talk about UI. So we have code cells. We have also Markdown cell. Markdown is properly it's documentation. So you can type some text, and then when you evaluate, so Shift Enter, you get the results. Right? So if I select this guy again, I'll go back to the Markdown source, and Shift Enter evaluates it. Markdown is like HTML but simplified. So if I do a hashtag hello, this is the title, and it shows up a bit bigger. I do two hashtags. It's a subheader, so it's a bit smaller, and then you can do 3 hashtags, and it goes smaller and smaller, 4 hashtags, etc. So let's do 1, and then you can do a list like this. First item, second item, right? And then if you do this, you have a list, a bullet item list. You can also use this to insert some LaTeX. So this is Bastille LaTeX. Okay, this should be something. So LaTeX, I think you have to do. Yeah, so this is LaTeX. So for further information, you can go to look for Markdown syntax. Sorry, Markdown syntax. Yeah, this is some documentation about it. So it's pretty standard. So let's go back and see some of the commands that you have up here. You can create another notebook here. You can open an existing one here. Make a copy of this one. Rename this guy. Currently it's untitled, so you can rename by clicking here and tapping the title. Next, you can make a checkpoint. So this saves the current state of the notebook, and then click here to revert to the previous checkpoint. There's actually only one checkpoint, so whenever you save and make a checkpoint, you erase the previous checkpoint. This is a print. This is also could be also useful. It downloads the current notebook as one of these types. You can download it as a Python if you want to execute only use the code here in another Python source code by importing it. This makes a HTML version of the notebook and a Markdown version. The other 3 not so useful for us. Close and halt, we saw it before. This simply saves the notebook and shuts down the underlying interpreter. In the edit window, you have some useful commands to work on the cells. Cut, copy, paste, pretty obvious. Delete as well. Split is quite useful. So let's say I have this cell, which is like 3 lines, but I want to make 2 cells, one with a title and one with a bullet list. So I click somewhere in there and I will edit split cell, and then I have 2 cells. Right? So first one and second one. I can do the opposite. I can merge these cells back by doing that. right? And then you can move the cell up and down. So first, let's split that cell, and then move this one up. Right. After that, forget about this. View, forget about that. Also useful. Insert. This is for adding a cell, also quite useful. Here I can add a cell above this one, right? These are cells execution commands. So we saw the run all. These commands are shortcuts for running a series of cells. So quite straightforward as well. The cell type toggles the type of a particular cell. So by default, it's a code cell, but you can change that to markdown, or this one is not useful. There's a shortcut here. You can use this one. It's more, I think it's faster. And then kernel is you have some options for working with the Python interpreter that's in the backend. Right. It's called kernel because technically Jupyter supports different interpreters. It doesn't have to be Python, but we currently only have installed Python. We may install R if there's a need for it, but we do require you to submit your program in Python anyway. So we also this guy, right? Then there's a help button. So the help contains some useful links to the packages. One thing worth of noting is that Jupyter runs in two modes. We were in editing mode, but if you press escape, like I'm in editing mode because now you can see I can edit the cell here. If I do escape, I'm in command mode, and you see the bar is blue. In command mode, I have a different set of shortcuts, and the shortcuts are, you can see them here. So the shortcuts in command mode are useful for working with cells. Like for example here, I can do press A to insert a cell, or B a cell below. Right? So if I'm here, and then press B, I have a cell right away. Whereas if I in edit mode, if I press B, I put a B, obviously. So the command mode is quite useful. You can go remember to use that. Press escape to go to command mode, and click on the cell to go to edit mode. You can also click outside of the cell to go to command mode, by the way. So you use the help as much as you want. These are links for you actually have a link for Markdown and a link for these libraries. Okay, other things that are useful too. Not these guys, but if you go back to let's close and halt and go back to the I need to save, right? So first I save and checkpoint, and then I can close and halt. If you go back to the this window, you can see that you can download sorry, here you can download the document. So it would download it to my own machine. There's a warning because downloading a Python from the internet, Python source code from the internet is could be dangerous. I don't do that then. I mean, I don't need to do that. Of course, if you want the file, you should agree. And conversely, if you want to bring a file to your home folder, to your folder, you have the upload capability. So you can upload and download a file. So, for example, if you have, if you want to do some processing on your home machine with Excel and produce your data set, you can do that and then upload the results later. In Python, we have libraries for reading and writing files. specifically for reading and writing Excel or CSV files, and this feature allows you to do some computation on your own platform if you prefer. But please be noted that the limitation to this is that at the end of the day, we do want to have an algo that is self-contained. So if you do this, you will end up having to port that code into Python so that we can run it on another set of data, unless you think that the values that you choose are completely static. But if the values you compute depend on the data set, it would have to be ported to Python. Okay, so I think I went through every option here. Let me just shut down everything. I will shut down this and also delete the file I just created. Delete. Then I can log out. Actually, there's a little bit of to log out. Need to tap log out this moment. Okay, so this logs out. All right. So thank you for listening. Once again, this is the first video. It ran a bit longer than I thought, but hopefully it was helpful. So see you next time for another video. Thank you and bye-bye.